Hello, One Piece enthusiasts. I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about Shanks. So, today is Shanks Day. I don't know why I made it up, but it's Shanks Day. One Piece film Red is out. I'm sure most of you guys who are watching this video already have watched the movie, and if you guys don't know a little bit of extra information, we got One Piece 4 billion, volume 4 billion, that was handed out to people who went to watch the movie in the theaters in Japan. And we got rough translation from people from all around the internet saying what it contained. It contained a lot of information about Shanks, his crew. I just want to talk about Shanks specifically here. And before we move on, yes, I will be spoiling you guys on the movie. And if you guys don't want to get spoiled, don't watch the video. Stop watching. And before you move on, you guys make sure to like and subscribe, comment down your thoughts and whatnot. It helps the algorithm a lot. I appreciate you guys watching, and let's move on. So, the first thing we should talk about, Shanks' origin. We know Roger, Rayleigh, and the crew picked up Shanks some point when Shanks was young, but we didn't really know when. And it's about time. Shanks was picked up by Roger and Rayleigh when he was 1 year old. Shanks was 1 year old in a treasure chest in you know where, God Valley. 38 years ago, before the current storyline, in God Valley, Shanks was picked up. What does this mean? If you guys don't remember, God Valley happened where Rox the Zemek was trying to basically conquer God Valley. He was causing a ruckus, and there were celestial dragons there. And Garp and Roger went to basically finish off Rox and his crew, and that's where Roger found Shanks. He was in a treasure chest when he was 1 year old. And what does that mean? Very simple. He's a celestial dragon. We've been talking about Shanks being a celestial dragon for a long time. And that moves on to my second point. We got to know his family name in film Red. He's from the Fearland family. Now, usually family epithets come from highly regarded nobles in the One Piece world. The Gorosei, when they were watching Shanks, said that Shanks was from the Fearland family, so obviously they know Shanks' origin, and he is a celestial dragon. Yoo-hoo! I got a theory confirmed. I mean, there were a lot of people talking about this, but I was advocating for it a lot. So if you guys don't know, just go check out my Shanks video. You guys will enjoy it. Anyways, he is definitely a celestial dragon, and it makes sense as to how he could sort of mess with the world government, stealing the Gomu Gomu no Mi from CP, from who's who of the world government ship, and then get away with it while having to make an audience with the Gorosei at referee, while being a pirate, a Yonko, 4 billion. Ooh. Anyways. So that confirms most of our speculations, and we know that he is a celestial dragon. If any of you want to argue, bring it up. Anyways, with that being said, what does that mean for the story? Not much. Again, we have no idea about his motivations, we have no idea what he thinks, but we know he's a celestial dragon. That means he knows about the world. He knows about the world a lot, and he definitely has access to information that most people don't. He's sort of like Doflamingo, but on the good side. I hope he's on the good side. With that being said, it's not that much of a shocker that he's a celestial dragon. Any other reasoning beside being a celestial dragon would sort of be a little meh in terms of reasoning of his motivations, but now it makes a lot of sense why he could, basically make contact with the Marines and get away with it, and why the Marines fear him a lot. Now, it's not just because he's a celestial dragon, but because of his powers. Before I move on, does that mean Shanks could be another Doflamingo? I don't think so, because he never really had the life of a celestial dragon. He's a celestial dragon, he knows about that, but that's it, that's all he knows. He doesn't know what it's like to live in Maresia. He doesn't know what it feels like to be treated as a world noble. He's just a normal guy who was in the Pirate King's ship and being a pirate. And with all that being said, I think the reasoning for it is perfect, and this could create a potentially large plot line, and Shanks' character could go anywhere from here on out. I'm just saying, people can make all the theories they want, but it'll go in many different directions, and I want to see who is correct. I'll make my theory of my own once we get a little bit more information, but for now, this is all I have to say. Now, he's a Yonko. And fun fact, 12 years ago, when he went to Fuchsia Village, was he a Yonko? No, he wasn't a Yonko. But he had a bounty of 1.04 billion. Woohoo, that's like a Yonko commander. He wasn't a Yonko back then, but he was definitely strong. Strong enough to be a Yonko commander, and I would say he's got quite the reputation. Aside from that, let's talk about his powers, because we know he's a Yonko. We know he's not to be messed with, and as of the latest scenes of Wano, we know he's strong. He made an admiral on the way just by showing Conqueror's Haki from 5 kilometers away, or whatever the distance is. That is a huge feat, to be honest. Not everyone can do it, but we know that guy has insane conquerors. We know he's strong, but how strong is he? Well, in One Piece Film Red, we see Katakuri use observation Haki, future sight, and Shanks was there. Shanks took one look of Katakuri, and he couldn't use future sight. He is the killer of observation Haki. Now, I don't know how that's possible. That just brings up a realm of possibilities for, Haki and how far it could extend just beyond, your advanced conquerors, advanced armament, advanced observation. But point is, it creates a lot of room. That basically kills off Katakuri's main advantage, which is his future sight, and other people can't rely on observation Haki either. That goes to Mihawk as well, considering he is called Hawkeye. I assume his observation Haki is sharp, but if Shanks is able to cancel that out, their duels could be very interesting, if you ask me. And with that being said, is that enough to be considered a fearful pirate? Not really. Yes, he has amazing conquerors, and in Film Red, we see him using conquerors and basically chase away Kizaru and Fujitora, 2 admiral level people with just conquerors. Yes, his crew was there, but the conquerors scared the hell out of the admirals. You gotta give him that. Aside from that, one thing we just know we haven't seen him use is burning sword. Apparently, he hits his enemies with a burning sword, and we have no idea what that is. To make speculations, I just want to say he just basically coats his sword with armament Haki, and there's a way, to sort of create an offensive attacks with Haki. Well, whether that be whether that be armament or conquerors, you can basically use Haki to attack people, which is very interesting. We've only seen Luffy use it for defense, and he's only used it for making, he had to make some sort of a contact. Yes, the point of advanced conquerors and advanced armament is that you don't have to touch your opponent, but you have to come into contact with them. We've never seen Luffy, or anyone in fact, use Haki to basically use a slash or something. Use it as an attack. Divine Departure, yes. Divine Departure used by Roger was definitely advanced conquerors, that he was able to sort of swing his sword and Haki came out from it, and that's how he created an attack. I guess that's what his burning blade is. So that goes to show that, Shanks is amazing. Is that all I have to say? No. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the crew, especially the people I care about. Ben Beckman. He can coat his bullets with Haki. No shit, Sherlock. And I forgot every other information I had. Oops. As for Yasop, his observation Haki is so good that he never misses the target. Van Auger versus Yasop, let's go. Other than that, I don't really care about anyone else. Lucky Roo is the cook of the ship, cook of the crew, and I don't remember information. I'm so sorry, man. This is what happens when my videos aren't scripted. I will be making scripted videos very soon. You guys just hold up. This quality update of the content will come. You just gotta have to hold on a little bit more. Honestly, that's all I had to say for Shanks, honestly. It just builds him up to be this hype of a character with his introduction of him being a celestial dragon, or, part of a noble family that basically can take the plot to many different directions if Oda wants to. Him being this powerful basically means that he's no mess to deal with. And for all the people saying that he's the weakest Yonko, in your face. Anyone who says from this point onward that Shanks is the weakest Yonko deserves to never read One Piece ever again. And I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited for him to basically see what he has in store. This is all we know from a data book from Oda. We see him in action. I think this stuff's gonna go down. And with Oda basically giving all the information at volume 4 billion, I feel like we won't spend much of a time building up Shanks' crew when we get to meet them in the main story, and this is just all the baseline information we need to know before we move on to the final saga. I think there's very little time to waste, and Oda's gonna go all out with it. No more build-ups, it's just banger after banger after banger. I hope to enjoy it all the way through. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe again, and until next time, peace.